Hello, good morning. Just doing a little checkup. It's been quite a few days since we've actually checked the millivolt readings in the plants that we started with. Just thought I'd give you a little cool update. We haven't actually given the plant any water for about it's been 8 days now, and if you can kind of see if I can get some pretty good light here. If you can see, the soil is extremely moist still, holding water very well. And I just bumped that cable, but we were right at about 150, and looks like it's crawling back up there. But maintaining millivolt levels, even without the water, we've had quite a bit of leaves that have cleaned themselves off. If you can see, this one's kind of dying out here, and this one's kind of dying out here. And I was kind of curious as to why that was happening so immediately after we actually applied the mineral. And so I did a little bit of research, and really that biological being, just as we are, we have waste, and we clean off our stuff and our skin and that sort of thing, and really the impurities that were a part of this plant. Now, this plant used to be about 5-6 feet tall. When I rescued it, I caught a lady throwing it away on the side of the road, and it was a couple feet tall. Had to bring it home, trim it up. You know, the bamboo's looking kind of tough. The sticks were here to hold certain parts of the bush up. There were several more sticks when we started, but it's basically, its root system is massive. It fills a whole pot, but the plant itself is just really little because it was a 5 to 6 foot plant at one time. So he's coming right along. His millivolt levels looks like they've stabilized at 148. Looking pretty good. Pretty impressed with the way that the soil is actually holding moisture. I remember when I started this test, I kind of explained that I was watering these plants every week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and really would get to the point where they would dry out at about that period in time. We're approaching that period of time right now, about a week and a half. In fact, today is a week and a half. Just over. We had started the testing on Saturday. Today is Wednesday of the following week, so yeah, we're just over a week and a half. And one thing that impressed me, and still continues to impress me, is when I would water these plants, I would pour the water into the soil. It would obviously make its way down through the pot. It would fill up this bowl here, this reservoir, and it would take a good week and a half, 2 weeks, just to absorb that moisture that was in that bowl. And we did the same thing on the testing. This one over here, that we filled the bowl, and in 24 hours it had pulled all that water back up into the plant and into the pot. So really didn't ever have any kind of standing water in the bowl for longer than a day. Which was pretty impressive, where before it had been literally standing for a week and a half, 2 weeks, before the plant would actually absorb it up into the pot. So pretty phenomenal. That has a lot to do with why the soil is still so moist. The soil in the plant, the root system is really taking that water out of the bowl and staying very, very moist. So looking good. Pleased with our results. Thank you. Oh, looks like we're peaking up a little bit at 150. Plant must be happy we're talking about it.